framework and flexible support to the organ and body as a whole. Now, this connective tissue, it mainly provides framework and flexible support to the organs and the body as a whole. So after, in the second function, we have seen that this connective tissue, it surrounds the organs and they form a connective tissue capsule protecting that organ from the surrounding tissue. So after covering that organs completely, so this connective tissue enter into this gland and divide the gland substance into different lobes and smaller lobules, and thus it forms the framework. So through the septums of this connective tissue passes number of blood vessels, nerves, veins, and lymphatics, and thus it gives support to the organs as a whole. Not only the connective tissue gives support to the particular organ, but it gives support to the body as a whole. So our body, it is mainly supported by the bones, and bone itself is a kind of the connective tissue. Connective tissue. So bone, because of the bone, our body or the animal's body have a particular shape. So it provides the form and structure to the rest of the body organs. Without connective tissue, the body is an unrecognizable or unidentifiable mass. So because of the bones that hard thing inside are present inside our body, so our body have a particular shape. And this shape, it is mainly due to the size of the bones, shape of the bones. And because of that, our body and huge organs present inside the body cavities, it get supported. So this connective tissue, it would not only give support to the organs, but to the complete body as a whole. Now the next function of this connective tissue, that it stores the fat in fat cell. So this connective tissue, it is composed of many cells, and one of the cell of this connective tissue, that is the fat cells. It is called as fat cells because it is highly specialized for storing the fat, lipid material. And the main function of the fat is to release the energy when the animal is not taking food material. And so the next function of the connective tissue is that it mainly provide the continuous supply of the energy to the different body organs like this. So this fat that is present inside the body, it also acts as a cushion. So in the palm of the hand, sole of the feet, in the joints, in buttock region, and any other organs of the body which mainly bear the weight of the body of the animals. So in that particular part of the body, so this fat usually accumulates and it forms the cushion, shock absorbing cushion, and thus it protects the body from from the injury that is mainly caused by the wear and tear at the place of the contact with the ground. So usually when the animal walk on the floor, so in case of the dog and also other animals, so you see the palm and sole part. So it has a slightly swollen because of the addition of the fat inside the palm and sole region. And this swollen part that form the cushion of the fat to absorb the shocks likewise. So this fat that is stored around the joint cavity, and it gives the body a rounded curve instead of the angular one. So you see the body of the animal. So it has a rounded curves at the buttock part, neck part, mouth part, or at the angle of the jaw, etc. So these rounded curves, it comes because of the addition of the fat. Otherwise, it would have been looked angular. So at these places, but it has a rounded curves everywhere, and it is only due to the fat. So this fat cells, it supplies the continuous energy to the organs of the body. Now the next function of the connective tissue is that this connective tissue store water, ions, and inorganic salt. Now the connective tissue, it is a second kind of the basic tissue or primary tissue. It is mainly composed of three parts: cells, fibers, and the ground substance. So the cells are the connective tissue are different, and the space in between the cells, that is called as intercellular space. and this intercellular space is occupied by connective tissue fibers and some substance that is called as ground substance. So these two material, fibers and the ground substance, that is called as extracellular part or extracellular elements. And this extracellular part, elements or matrix, it is also called as ground substance. So this ground substance, it stores the water, it also stores ions, it also stores inorganic salt, etc. and etc. Now the next function is the transport of nutrient, water, crystalloid, oxygen from blood vessel to cell and metabolic waste products of the cell and oxygen and carbon dioxide from cells to the blood vessel. So this is the function of the connective tissue. Now we have seen the body of the animals and we have also studied the circulatory system, the circulatory apparatus that pump the blood, and the blood it supply the various these nutrients to the different parts of the body, not to the cells, living cells of the body. And it collects the metabolic waste product and carbon dioxide from different parts of the body. But when it goes in the tissue in the different parts, so the blood vessel ends in the microscopic blood vessels, and that is called as capillaries. So blood capillaries, the arteries that end in the arterial capillaries. So capillary, that is the termination of the circulatory system, where the blood again re-enter into the circulatory system by the venous channel. But the cells are not, all the cells of the body are not in contact with this blood capillaries. So they are located away from the microscopic blood capillaries. And then how they will get the nutrition. So these all nutrients that is present inside the blood that pushes out of the arterial capillaries and it enter into the ground tissue of the ground substance of the connective tissue. And this ground substance then transfer this nutrient from blood capillaries to the living cell that is located 2 away from the capillaries, likewise. So that is just like all the human beings, all the animals, they are usually habituated or localized along the rivers, because rivers on the surface of the earth, they supply the water, and on this water, all the animals, they remain alive. So around the borders of the river, so this locality you will see that. In the same way, inside the body, so around the blood vessels, around the blood capillaries, so usually most of the cells are found like fat cells and other cells, but there are some cells that is located away from these blood capillaries, and the nutrient to them, it is supplied by this connective tissue through their ground substance. And there is such substance, actually this ground substance, it is a non-living substance, but how then it can transfer these nutrients from capillaries to the living cell that is located away from the capillaries. So there is a one substance that is called as hyaluronic acid, and this hyaluronic acid has the ability to hold the water molecules. So as it has a ability to hold the water molecules, and because of this, the property of the hyaluronic acid, all the nutrients are dissolved inside the water, and then they are transported from blood capillaries to the epithelial cells or any other connective tissue cells that is away from the blood vessels, and it gets all the nutrients, and these cells remain then alive. So then it is the main function of the connective tissue that is transport the nutrients from blood capillaries to the cells and metabolic waste product from cells to the blood capillaries. Likewise. The next function of the connective tissue is the connective tissue play an important role in the defense of the body against infections. Now, in the nature, there are millions of the organisms are there. Hundreds of the kinds of the animals are there. And these animals, all the animals are usually parasites. They do not able to synthesize their own food material. So they have to depend on the other animals or their food material, likewise. So there are bacteria, so there are fungus, there are parasites, there are protozoan parasites, etc. So all these unicellular organisms, so they depends on their food on the different in other multicellular animals. And when this bacteria it enter into the body of multicellular animals, they causes a particular infection likewise. So when a bacteria it enter into the body of the animal, the body has to protect it from this bacteria, from this fungal parasites, etc., etc. Likewise. So this is called as defense of the body against this infection. So, so the cell help in defense action and thus protect the body against the diseases. So whatever the cells of the connective tissue it is there, so they help in the defense action of the body and protecting the body against diseases. So whenever the bacteria it enter inside the body, these bacteria multiply and grow in numbers, and they also release some metabolic waste product. And this bacteria and metabolic waste product once present inside the tissue fluid or in the tissue, so that induce a chain of reaction, and this chain of reaction that is called as inflammation. So this all chain of reaction it is initiated there to bring or to kill this infectious agent that is the bacteria and to heal that tissue again to normal state that is damaged by this infection or the bacteria likewise. And this all chain of reaction that is collectively called as inflammation. So this bacteria once enter inside the body, so their metabolic waste product and this bacteria they induce one of the chain of reaction that is called as inflammation. And in the inflammation, some of the capillaries they are dilated. So once the capillary is dilated, so the blood plasma and various blood cells like lymphocytes, they ooze out of the blood cells and they enter into the intercellular space substance or the ground substance of the tissue. And once they comes outside the blood vessel and enter the ground substance of the tissue, where the infection is present, where the bacteria is present, so they migrate towards the bacteria and eat them, phagocytose them, and destroy the bacteria. So it is one of the kind of the nature's gift, God's gift to the body. So body itself, it has a tendency to fight against the infectious agent, to fight against the infection, likewise. And so various phagocytic cells inside the tissue also, that is called a histiocyte and other macrophages. And these all macrophages, all these phagocytic cells then goes to the infection bacteria and kill them and eat them likewise. So this is the function of the connective tissue that is playing an important role against the defense of the body. Now, once the bacteria it is enter inside the body, so they grow, multiply, and they also release their metabolic waste products. This metabolic waste product they are released and that occupies in the tissue spaces. And this metabolic waste product it is not a part of animal's body. So it is something foreign substance. It is a foreign protein. And once when a foreign protein it is there, it enters inside our body by this or that way. So it initiates some of the reactions or chain of reactions inside the body, and that is called as antigen-antibody reactions. So this bacterial waste product it stimulates the cells of the connective tissue, that macrophage, histiocyte, etc., to synthesize such a substance that will neutralize this waste product, or that will make this waste product of the bacteria harmless. So this bacterial waste product, so it acts as an antigen, and this antigen stimulates the macrophage or histiocytes or some antibodies producing cells and
to consider, all right? That is a descriptive, right? It's not that they don't drink water.
Study the nature of the antigen, and then these cells, macrophage, they synthesize such a substance that will neutralize or break down the structure of the antigen and make it or render it harmless. So this antigen, it is stimulated inside the formation of the antibodies. And these antibodies, it is mainly formed by the macrophages and other cells So this macrophage form the antibodies, and these antibodies thus, or which is formed by this macrophage, it comes outside the macrophage cell. It reacts with the antigens and bacteria and their poison, and they kill the bacteria, and they make this poison that is released by this bacteria harmless to the body of the animal. And this is what is called as antigen antibody reaction. So antigens, these are the metabolic waste products of the bacteria, and antibodies, these are the substances synthesized in response to these antigens by the macrophage cells. And so there is a reaction goes in between the antigen and antibody, and ultimate product is harmless substances, and that is then excreted to the kidney or to the lungs outside the body of that animal. So this is all about the fight goes between the bacteria and the body soldiers. So these are the soldier of the body, military of the body. So this phagocytic cells, lymphocytes from the blood, and many phagocytic cells of the tissue. So there is actually war taking place in between these two. So, and they are throwing bombs on this bacteria, throwing some bombs in the form of some enzymes on the body cells like macrophage. Macrophage is also replying to that, and by synthesizing such chemicals that will neutral the substances released by the bacteria. And there is a great war in between these two. So it is the loose connective tissue, that part of the body. It is the chief arena or the place where the battle between the infection and the defenses of the body is fought. So this war is taking place. So what is the site for the war? What is the place for the war? So it is the loose connective tissue. So where this war between the bacteria and the body soldier is taking place. And so this connective tissue, it mainly form the arena, chief place where the battle or the fight between the infection and the body's defenses, it is fought about. So it is the next function of the connective tissue. Very important function. The next function of the connective tissue is that it play important role in healing mechanisms. Repair damaged tissue by formation of the granulation tissue. Now, during the infection, some part it is damaged, and that again, that part should be again normalized by making new tissue there, either epithelium or connective tissue, likewise. Or during some accident and during living in this nature, some part of the animal body get damaged, injured by this or that reason, and that should be again healed to the normal by formation of the new tissue there. And this is the next role of the connective tissue. So at the place of the injury, then there is less formation of the epithelium. So the connective tissue cells, they migrate to the site and they form the granulation tissue, and they repair the heal and close the mouth of the wound by making some granulation tissue. And this is the next function of the connective tissue. So connective tissue also play important role in aging processes. As the age advances, hyaluronic acid gets sulfated and loses its water holding capacity and resiliency. Now, just I told you, so aging process, it is a genetically controlled process, and now usually the animals grow, in human beings, it grow up to 40 years of age. So after 40, the reverse process started inside the human being, and that is called aging process. And this aging process, in some animals, it is different in different age group according to, so whatever it may be, all animals that take birth, that they are going to die at sometimes, after some time. And so this dying process, it is slowly gradually take place after some period. And in this aging process or dying process, this connective tissue play an important role. So one of the constituent of the ground substance I told you, the hyaluronic acid. So this hyaluronic acid is non-sulfated one, but as the age advances, it gets sulfated, and because of the addition of the sulfur atom to the structure of this hyaluronic acid, so this hyaluronic acid boosts its water holding capacity and resiliency. So as it do not hold the water holding capacity, it do not transfer the nutrients in the ground substance from the blood capillaries to the living cells, and slowly they are deprived of the nutrition, and slowly the process of dying or aging it takes place. So the elastic fiber, it is one of the fiber in the connective tissue, and this elastic fiber, as the age advances, it frays and fragments, means it breaks, its structure breaks, and this broken elastic fibers develop the affinity for calcium ions. So they attract the calcium ion and deposit this calcium ion, then deposited in the structure of elastic fibers. Elastic fiber. So elastic fiber is composed of one of the protein that is called elastin. And this calcium is deposited in the protein elastin, and because of that, the elastic fiber lose their elasticity. So as they lose their elasticity slowly, on the other hand, it develops the hardening of this elastic fiber as they lose their elasticity. And the elastic fibers are large in numbers in the blood, arteries, and many places. And so the arteries become very hard. And so simultaneously, there is a development of arteriosclerosis, that is the hardening of the arteries. So as the wall of the artery becomes hard, so it is that artery that cannot efficiently propel the blood, normally propel the blood likewise. So other complications are taking place to the platelets and RBCs when they lose the elasticity, artery lose the elasticity. And this is the reverse process that is taking place inside the animal body. And when the animals start aging, these are the slowly various changes. But these two main changes are related to the connective tissue, and connective tissue that we have stated, we have studied here, that is change in hyaluronic acid and elastic fiber. So this is the hardening of the wall of the artery due to the loss of this elasticity. So arteriosclerosis, so arterio means artery and sclerosis means hardening. It is a hardening of the artery due to the loss of the elasticity of the elastic fibers, due to the deposition of the calcium in their structures as the process of aging advances. Like that. So in this way, this connective tissue play an important role in the aging process. So by this, we have completed the functions of the connective tissue, and now the functions is over and the class is also over. So if any student have any question, he may please ask. Hello, I am audible? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So any question is there? Any question about the function of the connective tissue you want to ask? Okay, then I declare the class is over. Bye, good day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.